Go, Dej Go, Dej Loaf, Dej Loaf, Dej Loaf. Hello, this is a Culture Hash mixtape review. Today we're going to talk about Dej Loaf and her new mixtape, Go Dej Go, Volume 1. Dej Loaf is a female rapper and singer who hails from Detroit, Michigan. She broke out in 2014 with the hit single Try Me. Try Me ended up receiving gold certification in America. Try Me was her breakout success, and Dej Loaf was subsequently featured on the Slim Shady Eminem collaboration album, which came out just a few months after. Instead of chasing commercialism and releasing a lot of sticky singles, Dej Loaf has instead focused on releasing a string of well-received mixtapes and building her fan base in this manner. Her most recent project was Fuck a Friend Zone, a joint mixtape with Jacquees. Jacquees positions himself as the current king of R&B, and he fuses R&B sounds with the trap sounds that are so successful at the moment. And he does basically the same thing you'd hear from Black or Bryson Tiller or Tory Lanez, and it's just more generic R&B from Jacquees. But Dej Loaf certainly has talent and has her own lane that she's working towards. 2018 has been a quiet year for Dej Loaf, and this is her first project. Go Dej Go is merely 6 songs long. It's EP length, it's about 20 minutes long. The style of this EP feels authentic to Dej Loaf and the style that she has created for herself. She isn't chasing trends by going in a hardcore trap direction. She doesn't experiment with Latino sounds or any Afrobeat here. Go Dej Go is just classic hardcore Detroit hip hop. Dej Loaf just does her thing here. She just talks about what she's up to, what she's doing, who she's interested in. There's a lot of talk about like stealing women and going to strip clubs. At one point she says that she's never fucked any rapper, which I'm not sure how Little Durk will feel about that because they had a relationship for a while back in the day. I like the opening track, Big Shit Talker. Dej Loaf opens her verse with one of my favourite lines on the album. She says she's at a titty bar, smacking hoes, no chill. I like the abrasiveness of this opening line here from Dej Loaf. She's not afraid to be a bit outrageous, but that's the thing about Detroit hip hop. All the big Detroit rappers like Eminem, Royce da 5'9", Danny Brown, they're not afraid to be controversial, talk about some really questionable subject material either. So I like how Dej Loaf just opens with a really just frank, crude line about what she's doing with herself these days. My favourite track on Go Dej Go is Who's Gonna Stop Us? On here, Dej Loaf explains some of the reasoning behind her sporadic creative output. She sounds tired of the music industry and the fake people she meets in it. She doesn't want to beg for features from people she thinks are fake. She wants to have kids at some point as well. And it also sounds like she's quite busy getting laid as well. Who Gonna Stop Us is the standout track from this album. I really like how Dej Loaf gets her personality across to the listener. Dej Loaf is quite frank in the way she expresses herself across this mixtape. I really like the hook on Last Time I Checked. Dej Loaf repeats it and blends it quite nicely into the main verses on this track. It's about 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. It's fairly short, it feels quite experimental from Dej Loaf, and she just bleeds the chorus into and out of the track. She does a lot of boasting on this track, mainly about how good looking she is and how she can just seduce any girl in the world. This is probably the biggest theme throughout this mixtape, Dej Loaf just talking about how great she is. She does it in an interesting way, it's not abrasive, it comes off quite well. And she's got real talent, Dej Loaf. I really like the Go Dej Go project. Some of it feels quite experimental, there are a couple of throwaway tracks here, but for the most part it's enjoyable. It's a nice little 20-minute listen, and it gives me optimism for her long-awaited debut album. There's meant to be an album coming on the way soon, hopefully we get it next year. But in the meantime, Go Dej Go Volume 1 is a nice little project to keep the fans satisfied until she finally releases a more substantial and longer project. I enjoyed this, thought this was a nice little listen. For me, Go Dej Go Volume 1 is worthy of 6 out of 10.